Welcome back, everybody, to the Arizona Cardinals franchise. We come off a huge Super Bowl victory here in season number 2. So where do we go from here? Do we go somewhere else? Do we continue into season number 3? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go into season number 3, and our goal is just to try to repeat as champions. Now, if we can do that here in season number 3, now from there, I'm not sure where we'll go from this franchise. So this could be maybe one last season. This could go a couple more. I know we're only in season number 3, but when you got College Football 25 out, obviously you got another month till the show comes out. We'll have a show franchise coming out as well, so that'll be definitely exciting. It's just tough. It's just tough to get things through. We'll continue with this as far as we possibly can, but we've won the Super Bowl here in season number 2, and that's pretty realistic. I think NFL, you can turn things around. If you have a great draft and your defense continues to do well, you get a couple free agent here or there, it can definitely work out. So it's definitely a possibility for sure, and we just happen to get the job done in a crazy Super Bowl game against the Kansas City Chiefs. So now it's time to see what we can do to continue to build this team and continue to maybe win another Super Bowl, because it's never easy to repeat in the NFL. I don't know, but yeah, these storylines definitely need to be improved for next year. That is definitely for sure. Motivation, he hates the cold. Well, you're playing in Arizona, my guy, so you don't really have to worry about that. Yeah, don't worry. Don't need to change. You're perfectly fine. You know, if things go our way and we can get that one seed again, get home field throughout. I mean, we're playing inside. We don't really have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about any cold conditions. And obviously, playing a Super Bowl, you're not going to be playing in any cold conditions as well. So, I don't know. That's okay. Hates the cold. Interesting. So, we get to the re-sign period. We got Paris Johnson Jr., we got Jalen Thompson, Jimmy Horn Jr. technically. Same thing with like Jaquindon Jackson. Those guys were, since they were on the practice squad, same with Emory Jones, really shouldn't have to be retained. They should be on like a 3-year deal. So, another thing that has to be improved, I hope they improve this franchise a little bit more and make it a little bit more interesting, because I think the gameplay is there. Got some solid gameplays. I like how they moved the camera angle in, way back, what was it, the second patch. I like certain things like that. So, I think the gameplay's looking a lot better, no doubt. They just have to improve functionally some more franchise things, make it a little bit more interesting. I know they tried to improve the, scouting and the draft and everything, but I don't know. You got to get something more storyline based. I would say like in season. I want to know what's going on around the league. I don't want to feel like I'm just playing with my team. I want to know everything that's going on, and without even having to go through stats or looking at schedules. I want to see other storylines that are really happening around the league. Maybe something big that constantly goes over headlines. I don't know. I know they have the right ticker there on the side that gives you different things, but something to get you more interested. Standouts, rookie standouts, weekly performance standouts. Not even just a player of the week. I want to see like weekly leaders, who played well this week, who didn't play well this week, what happened, things of that nature. Get you more into the playoffs. I know, and especially we saw, like the Super Bowl, I'd like to see more of a celebration, especially in the championship games, playoff games. Super Bowl, I want to see more of a celebration there. Also, I don't think they have it in here, but obviously we'll have a week 1. When we come into week 1, we'll definitely be the champs. I'd love to see like a banner celebration or something of that nature that makes you feel like you've accomplished something of winning a Super Bowl, not just, a 2-minute celebration after it and you're done and that's it. I'd like to see something more than that. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl, so it would be awesome just to see that. As we go through the rosters, I kill my little rant there for next year's Madden. Looking at what we need, it's actually not really a whole lot. Defensive tackle could be a possibility. I would say right tackle is a possibility. And let's see, corner is going to be coming up. Don't need corner. Don't need outside linebacker or inside linebacker. Safety, no. Thompson's back, so don't have to worry about that. And obviously Malachi Moore, who hates the cold, but he's on a rookie contract. We need a punter. And honestly, I would say wide receiver. I know Michael Wilson will be back after being out the entire season this past season. But I think we need a wide receiver. So we're going to make a trade getting up to the number 12 pick, taking, we're going to Thomas our first round of 2 fifth rounds to move up to 12. We'll get a later 20 to 27 sixth round pick because I have a guy in mind to get a wide receiver. Now, we do have possibly free agents out here, but free agents, we're going to look at Zach Tom first of all because we can move him over to the right side. He's looking for a 3-year deal, put him around age 30, getting around $4 million per year overall. So we'll offer him that deal right now over the Patriots. We're going to look up some backups right now. Clavion Chasen. Give him just a 2-year deal. We need a little bit more depth at the outside linebacker position. And that's what we're kind of using free agent as. More depth positions. Tom obviously a starter. But Nakobe Dean, I kind of like him. With Isaiah Simmons not returning. So I think we got Nakobe Dean maybe on a 3-year deal coming over from Philadelphia. I like him a lot as a player. So let's offer him a 3-year deal. We got obviously money to spend. It's funny that Simmons does not want to come back. I like Nick Cross as a backup. Obviously, a few years ago, first season, we made a trade for Nick Cross in that Buda Baker deal. He's played very well. So I think as a backup, good. And then Tommy Townsend we can bring over hopefully as our punter. So we'll just offer him a 1-year deal. So we got our 5 guys here. Let's do an evaluation period, see how many sign, and we'll go from there. They have a lot of interest. It looks like we're the top with pretty much all of them. Chaseon might take a while. He's only at 3 bars there. Let's see. Yeah, I thought he was the only guy. So did we get any of them at all? Let's see. Yeah, we got all of them. So Zach Tom, that is a huge get. That helps out the offensive line immensely. We get our punter, backup, middle and inside linebacker, and then Nick Cross returns as a backup safety. Let's just do the second evaluation period right here. And, okay. So, looks like we got some competition here. Let's offer them. It's up to offer a little bit. Yeah. That's fine. 2 years, about $5 million per. So we're beating him out there. So let's see. Hopefully that'll get the job done. We'll do the final one, and he does sign. So he'll be a backup outside pass rusher type guy. That is perfectly fine. We'll take that one. And then we continue. We'll go to next week. We got Justice Hill. Benson hurt a lot. And obviously Edwards a great year, but Justice Hill gives us a little bit of that speed back / receiving back. So I think we can do an evaluation period here, and he signs as well. So we'll bring in Justice Hill. Obviously, I will still look in the draft as well. We don't have a lot of draft picks. We kind of been pulling a Rams as of late. This franchise, really giving up a lot of draft picks, but it's worked. We got a Super Bowl. Let's take a look at the Mark Andrews to the Chargers, Tooney to the Commanders. Chris Olave goes to the Chargers. Now, you had Olave who had some interest. Brisker to the Patriots. You had some receivers that had interest. Look at Travis Kelce. We will be seeing him twice a year now in LA. That is absolutely insane. Instead of retiring or going back to Kansas City, Kelce just goes to LA. That is an interesting decision there. But there was some wide receivers out there that I was definitely looking at for free agency wise. But there's a guy in the draft that I'm thinking about possibly going for, and that's why we traded up a little bit, because I think you go young, get that rookie contract. Like Mike Evans would have been cool, but obviously he goes back to Tampa Bay, so give credit to Evans on that one. Christian Watson goes to Pittsburgh. So there was the free agent market for wide receivers was solid. It's just I have a little bit of another play in mind to go with. Max still hanging around here. There's Gerald Everett to the Jets, Danielle Hunter to the Raiders. So it looks like Kelce was the big sign in our division. So that is the big one. So let's take a look at who I was thinking about here. So looking at the top, and they got Nico Imaliava is going to be they're saying the top pick in the draft. I'm not sure about receivers. But what we got here is Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. That is the guy I'm looking for. Right now he's ranked at 11th. So we have the 12th pick. Depending how things fall, we shall see. But he is our number one target. If I have to go up to 9 or 8, I will try to make a deal. But that is the guy I'm going to try to get. And here we go. Let's start out the NFL draft. The New England Patriots with the first selection take Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson. Now, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Imaliava goes quarterback-wise. So Anthony Hill Jr. goes to Tennessee. I don't think Chicago, Denver doesn't need a quarterback. Atlanta, Washington, they don't need quarterbacks. Maybe Carolina, we shall see. Chicago's going to take Reuben Bain Jr. out of Miami. Big-time talent. See if the Bears can turn it around. You got the Broncos with the 4th pick. And they will take a end. So it's all defense going up here. It is all defense right now. I don't know where quarterback's going to go. It's making me a little worried because that means possibly as Branch and there's your first wide receiver off the board from USC goes. Now I'm a little worried to see where Carnell Tate's going to go. So we might have to make a trade up here shortly. What does Washington do? Because Washington could want a receiver. I think we might, let's see. Where is he at on the board? He is, oh man. All right, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Let's see what Washington goes with. Do we trade up for 6? You know what? We're going to let it roll. TJ Parker and another defensive player, all defense here, goes to the Commanders. Panthers are on the clock. They could possibly use a receiver, but they do not. They go corner, help out their defense. Terrell from another Clemson player goes. That brings up Minnesota. They should not need a receiver. So I don't think they don't need a quarterback either, but they shouldn't need receiver. They're good there. And they go Kedrick Falk, another end. I mean, goodness. It's all defense. Now here comes New Orleans. This could be a possibility for a receiver. Now looking at the board, you got a right tackle, you got a guard, and you got Carnell Tate. Let's see what the Saints are looking for. They could be in the market for quarterback, but they just drafted Cam Ward last year, so I don't think so. I think they're going to go with Cam Ward this year, so I don't think that's a possibility. Now, thinking about it. Yeah, Cam Ward, they're good. Receiver, they've drafted Isaiah Bond, but man, they could be in a market for a receiver. So let's see if they're opt to make a trade here just to drop back a few more picks. We're going to offer up a 3rd round in 2027, and that gets the job done. So we're going to move up to pick number 9, and that's where we're looking. We're going to look at Carnell Tate. That's what we want. That was our top player on our board, and we need receiver. Let's do it. So we're going to draft Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. Absolute big-time talent. Got the size. Got the speed. And here comes Roger Goodell to make the announcement of the pick, which will be Carnell Tate. And I think they fixed it now. Look at them shoes. Are those purple shoes or just the lights? Can't tell. I wish they would have more imaginative like suits and everything. These guys are so fashionable. So I'd love to see that an update as well. I don't mind this stuff. So they're saying A+ pick. He was number 7 in true talent. Very reliable hands, makes 50-50 balls, look like 80-20 balls. And that's what I wanted to see. Last draft, I think it was a bit of a glitch, but now we got it. Hidden dev, so we don't know what he is. That's what I like to see. We had everybody's development right off the bat last time, so that is good to see that they fixed that. But Carnell Tate, number 1 pick, put him in there, and there goes Nico Imaliava going to the Jaguars. So I guess they're done with Trevor Lawrence. As we're going to roll through the rest of this first round here. And they did take a receiver. Concepcion goes to the Saints. So I'm glad we kind of traded up there. I guess they were fine making the trade. And let's continue to go. Looks like we have a nice little run of wide receivers here. Another one goes, as it was all defense prior. And there goes York going to the Browns. Chargers are on the clock. Where do they go? Defense, offense. They go defense with Delane at cornerback. With Dallas now on the clock. Malik Muhammad, another corner. Goes again. Man, that is what, 3 or 4 corners? What is it? 3 corners so far here in this first round. There is Cameron Williams, right tackle. He was sitting there, top of the board. Goes to the Rams, so we'll have to take a look at him. Obviously now going to be in our division. DJ Hicks, Texans. They take a defensive front guy out of Texas A&M, so he kind of stays home. Looks like we got another tackle going off the board here for Tampa Bay. Green Bay now on the clock. They take Marvin Jones Jr., big-time pass rusher. That could definitely help them out, trying to get to the quarterbacks in that division. Right tackle taken there for Philadelphia, Fano. Out of Utah, you get those big tackles for sure to help out that run game. And Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, obviously that offense is Philadelphia trying to make it back to a Super Bowl. Pittsburgh takes a corner, Christian Gray. Continue their defense. Baltimore is now on the clock. Speaking of AFC North, they take a tackle. So trying to improve that offensive line there for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, trying to reach a Super Bowl. Obviously ended up short last year. They were a top team, but they just couldn't get the job done. And now the Giants are going to be on the board with Caden Green going to Cincinnati. Giants, Brailsford, center, offensive line, trying to help out your youngster there. Out of Alabama, he is taken. Elijah Surratt is taken out of another wide receiver for Seattle. Obviously, I think Lockett leaves in free agency, so they take a free agent there. As Caleb Downs is going to go to Detroit, free safety. 3 more picks here left in this first round. As Joshua Farmer, defensive tackle, is going to go to the Colts. Kansas City is on the clock here at 31. And they take a free safety. A lot of safeties, a lot of defense here in this first round. And this is Jets' final pick of this first round. And let's see who they took. Defense seems to be the thing. And yeah, another corner. Jermaine Matthews out of Ohio State. Another Ohio State corner goes. So that's your first round. We're going to skip to our next pick, which is final pick of round number 3. So there was guys I was looking at possibly, got Oscar Delp, who goes to San Francisco. That's great. Justice Haynes at back. I was looking at halfbacks. And Dylan Sampson's still there. So I'm going to take Dylan Sampson. I was going to look at possibly Haynes out of Alabama. But with Sampson there, we're going to take him. They're going to say he is a C- pick. Ranked 139. We drafted him at 96. But seen him at Tennessee. He is absolutely fantastic. Our next pick in the 4th round, we're going to take Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Notre Dame. 185 at 128, so a C-plus pick. But he's got, obviously, size and speed as well, so continue that wide receiver there. And then we're going to take Tyreek Sapp out of Florida here in the 5th round. Warren Sapp's son. They don't like the pick at all. It's a D+. I know his strength. He's a little bit undersized, but maybe we can utilize that speed. Maybe continue to build up that strength a little bit. He wouldn't get, that much playing time right away, so we can fill him in. But that's it for our draft. It's just 4 picks. That's all we had. But all in all, I like how we went out. And we got our guy. We wanted Carnell Tate. We got him. Other than that, the rest of the draft, with 4 picks, it's not. Our roster was pretty much filled up to begin with. But Tate looks like he is a 78 overall. He said hidden dev. And we'll edit the numbers and everything. I'll edit that off screen. 92 speed, 96 acceleration, 83 catching, 88 catching traffic, 84 expect catch, 80 release. Carnell Tate looks good. So I think our wide receiver spot, as long as guys stay healthy, which we've had problems with, that's why we take receivers. If they stay healthy, we have one of the best, I think, in football. Sampson, 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 agility. He's got 84 carry, 83 juke move, 86 change of direction. He'll probably be our number 4 back, but I like the depth we have at the running back position. Another position where we've had so many injuries. Golden, 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 81 catching. Needs work on the deep route, like his route running, no doubt about it. 79 release needs work, but he'll be like our 5 guy possibly. But yeah, this is what this draft was. It was picking up positions where, even though we only had 4 picks, we take 2 wide receivers. That killed us last year. We still won a Super Bowl, but we kind of lucked out in the sense that our defense was so good, and you can't always rely on that sometimes. And, that NFC Championship game with the receiver core we have, with the quarterback, I don't know how we won. It was just the defense allowed the Lions under 100 yards of offense, which is absolutely insane. And, if we don't do that, we probably don't win that game. So we got to make sure we're prepared injury-wise this year. Peter Woods was your number 1 overall pick. 92 strength, hidden dev, 81 power move, 70 finesse, 85 tackle, 80 play rec. Looks very, very solid, that's for sure. Anthony Hale Jr., I think this guy's going to be a beast. For Tennessee, he is a hidden dev. 89 speed, 88 acceleration, 83 pursuit. Gonna be, I would think, up there for defensive rookie of the year. No doubt about it. Ruben Bain, a 76 overall. So let's take a look possibly who the best overall player was. Let's see that first. Caleb Downs, actually, with Branch and Woods. Downs picked in the 29th, so Detroit got really good there. Zachariah Branch, he's a 79, the best receiver, picked at number 5. Obviously, the first receiver to go. So Tate was right there. We saw that. But Jeremiah Love. See, that was another running back I was thinking about possibly getting out of Notre Dame, but he went. Man, Atlanta had a very nice draft. They looked very, very good. So maybe Atlanta's on the rise here coming up this season. There's another one, C.J. Baxter. They take him in the second round. So, yeah, we could possibly take a look at the teams that we got in our division. So let's go to, San Francisco first. As it looks like they hit with somebody there in the second round. So Corleone out of Cincinnati, a 77 overall. He is a hidden dev. Just continues to help out their pass rush with a 94 strength. Block shitty not too high at 75, but 81 power moves. But that's the thing. The strength is one of those things you can't really improve on. And he already has great strength, so the block shitting and stuff will continue to prove he could be a beast. C.J. Baxter, put him with McCaffrey in the backfield. 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 89 agility. He's got 92 carrying, 90 vision. Looks like a fantastic back. You put him in that offense. Ooh, he could do some absolute damage. And they take Oscar Delp. Oscar Delp's a fantastic tight end, and he is going to, the Niners killed it. I mean, they take Miller Moss in the 4th round, just in case. They had a pretty good draft class. That is for sure. They had a lot of really good players there. Man, okay, let's look at the Rams. They take Cameron Williams, who was just sitting around. I was kind of surprised about that. They take him pretty late in the 1st round. He's got 94 strength. Does need to improve a lot of blocking. Yeah, you can see the finesse he's not that great of, but he's going to bring you power. And obviously they got a solid running back. Now you got Travis Kelce as well. I know he's an aging tight end, but helps out. Sturdivant, he is a 72, just a normal dev. Really good speed. Good agility. Release needs work. Same thing. He only has 75 catching. So he'll need some work. I'd have to see where the receivers are right now. But Rams, not too bad. And, Dawkins is a 72. Williams is 70. Not that bad of a draft class. I think they did pretty well getting that. He dropped down a little bit, and then you pick up a solid tackle at 17. And Seattle, their number 1 pick, is a hidden dev. Add that receiver to 74 overall. 88 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 catching. He's got 88 spec catch. So same thing. Needs help probably with the release, catching traffic, some route running, but still, all in all, a solid pick at the late of the 1st round. They take Garrett Nussmeier as their quarterback in the late 2nd round. Humphreys is 73, cornerback. Nice pick there in the 3rd round. Let's see, is he a hidden dev? No, he's just a normal. But 92 speed, needs help on the zone coverage. 75 man, but he's got some decent size there, decent speed. So you can continue to work on that. So I think Seattle had, same thing, an okay draft. Not too bad, but I think the draft winner in our division, definitely 49ers. They killed it. They made some hits for sure. Let's see who the top, I want to see who the top quarterback was. Was it Nico Imaliava? Wegman was a 71. Yeah, I can see it down below. So Imaliava is your top quarterback, goes to Jacksonville. He was a 74 overall. So we'll see. Maybe that's the end of Trevor Lawrence. Probably if you're taking him at number 10. I think that's it. And let's go to pretty much preseason real quick. We're going to bring back Emory Jones because these guys weren't signed by anybody. We're just going to bring him back, obviously. They'll probably be on the roster. Probably can go to practice squad as well. We'll bring back Jimmy Horn Jr. And that's really going to do it. So this offseason, a couple key moves in free agency. Get Zach Tom to help out in our offensive line, which you need help. And I love the Carnell Tate pick. helps out our wide receiver depth. I think that's going to be hopefully a plus. Hopefully we can stay healthy. And we'll see. We'll see if we can repeat. Now, as for like the training camp, preseason, we're just going to sim right through that. There's not really much we need to look at. So what we'll do is get pretty much right into week number 1 and go from there. We'll take a look at the schedule, obviously, but we'll get into week number 1 and see if it's we got a chance to repeat as Super Bowl champs. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.